So, a very fine good afternoon. We'll be discussing about lecture 20, that is about K nearest neighbor. If you have not seen from lecture 1 to 19, then you should definitely go and watch it so that you can understand it. It will help you in your interviews also, and it will also help you if you are giving a semester examination. Or I have also added quizzes in all the videos so that you can learn in a better way. Okay. Moving forward, now let's learn a new algorithm which is called K nearest neighbor, or we say it KNN as well. Unlike logistic regression, KNN does not learn a formula. Okay. Instead, it makes predictions based on similarity. It looks at the nearest data point and decides the output based on them. This makes KNN simple, intuitive, and very useful for beginner. So now we'll try to understand how does actually our KNN work. Okay. First, we choose a value of k. This represents how many neighbors we will consider. Then, for a new data point, the algorithm finds the closest k point, okay, in the data set. Finally, it looks at the majority class among those neighbors and assigns that class to new point. So KNN makes decision based on nearby data point. Okay. So how do we actually choose the value of k? Now let us understand how we choose the value of k. If k is too small, like k equals to 1, the model becomes very sensitive to noise and may overfit. If k is too large, the model becomes too smooth and may underfit. So we need to find a balance, an optimal value of k. This is usually done using validation techniques. Okay. Now let's understand how KNN finds the nearest neighbor. To do this, it uses distance matrices. The most common one is Euclidean distances, which is a straight line distance between 2 points. Another option is Manhattan distance, which measures the distance along grid lines. These distances helps the model to determine which data point are the closest. So the choice of distance matrix affect how neighbors are selected. So how we can implement KNN using sklearn implementation. Similarly, we import the libraries, okay, as you can see here, and then we train the model using fit function. Okay, after training, we predict to classify new data. KNN does not learn a model like other algorithm. It simply stores the data and uses it during prediction. This makes it simple but sometimes computationally expensive. Now we will discuss about what are the advantages and disadvantages of k nearest neighbor, that is KNN. So k nearest neighbor is very simple and easy to understand. It does not require a training phase, it just stores the data. It also works well for smaller data set. However, it has some drawbacks. It becomes slow when the data set is large because it needs to compute distances for every prediction. It also sensitive to noise, especially when k is small. And very importantly, it requires feature scaling because distance calculation can be affected by different feature ranges. So these are the disadvantages, as you can see. Now we'll try to understand that okay, from here we can try to understand actually. So how does KNN actually work? Okay. So you can see here we have the green star, okay, that is the query point. So it is a new data point. Circle shows, okay, k shows 3 nearest, circle shows k 3 nearest neighbor. Okay, so points inside circle are closest. So more blue points than the red, so predicted it's a majority voted blue class. Okay, and as I said that in this next, as I have discussed, that we have to be very sure that what value of k we are selecting. Okay, so here you can see what is happening. Here when we have taken k equal to 1, decision boundary becomes very jagged. You can see the decision boundary is very jagged. Even small noise changes prediction. So this is that model is overfitting. So here k is 1, so the model only looks at the closest neighbor. Okay, this makes the decision boundary very irregular and sensitive to noise. As a result, model overfits. Now again you see here when we have taken k is equals to 10, what happens? So the model considers many neighbors. Okay, this makes the boundary smoother, you can see, but it may ignore important local details. So this can lead to underfitting. Okay, I hope you have understood. Here you have seen this green star is the new data point. We want to classify, we choose k equal to 3, which means we will look at the 3 nearest neighbor. Okay, so the dashed circle shows the closest point to our query point. So we have 2 blue points and 1 red point. So majority voting, what will happen now? We check which class appears more among the others. So we see that there are 2 blue points and 1 red. So majority voting will go to blue class. So the model predicts the blue class for that point. Okay, you have understood this. And now what is happening, how we are doing the distance matrices part. So see this here, the straight line from A to B, this represents the shortest distance, that is Euclidean distance. And then here we have step like path, you can see from A to B, see, like moving on a city grid. So there are different paths shown here. So how is that? That's the concept. So on the left we have Euclidean distance, which is the straight line distance between the 2 points. On the right we have Manhattan distance, which measures the distance by moving along horizontal and vertical paths like navigating city blocks. Both are used in KNN to find the nearest neighbor, but they measure the distance differently. So I hope you have understood this part very well, and if you like the video, do share your point of view on the video. I have also added quiz in the previous video so that you can learn in a very better way. I'm really grateful to you if you have come till this part of the video. Keep learning, okay, and do good. All the best.